Hi guys, welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade, and this is what we eat in a week. Risotto, bacon and chorizo. We hadn't had that for a bit. Then we had air fryer chips, mushy peas and faggots. Chicken curry. Steve made this. I wasn't too good that day, so I didn't have none. But the kids absolutely wolfed it down. So this is sausage hash. I'm trying to show you a recipe in every meals of the week now. Because I've cut down on the videos, I'm trying to fit it in on this one. So these are small cubed potatoes. I'm just going to make sure that these are cooked through before I add the rest of the ingredients. So I'm cooking them about 170 and I did it for 20 minutes. Now I'm going to add the sausages. Make sure you use a nice sausage that you enjoy. I just snipped them up with scissors, bite-sized pieces, an onion, and a load of mushrooms. These take on a really nice texture in this. Don't worry about putting in raw meat with part cooked potatoes because you're going to cook it all anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Then we're going to season it. And we're going to pop it back in for two 10-minute bursts at 180C on the air fry mode. And yes, you're seeing right, that's chip seasoning. Make sure you mix it well and pop it back in. So that's the first 10 minutes. You can see it's starting to crisp everything up nicely. Good thing about the air fryer is it evaporates the water from the onion and mushrooms. And you don't need any more oil because of the oil from the sausage. I don't recommend using a really cheap sausage because it's going to be swimming in oil. Another 10 minutes and it's done. And of course, if you have a hash, you've got to have a fried egg. It's the law. And there we go, as easy as that. Sausage hash with a fried egg on top. And then mushrooms take on a really, really nice texture. Then he made a lasagna. And there's his rabbit food on the side. And that's going to be our leftovers for tea today, so no cooking involved today. So, I'm just going to prepare the Sunday veg as usual. So there will be 3 videos this week. That's not to say there will be 3 every week. There's a haul on Wednesday. And there's another haul on Friday. I've been trying to use up everything out the freezer, which is why I had to really go shopping, so that's why you've not seen much of Lidl or Tesco's or whatever. I gave Steve a small list just to do a top-up shop, and he comes back and is essentially refilled Everything more or less that I've used out the freezer. So yay. So I've got to get to work on that again this week, because we plan on getting our meat haul for Christmas. We always get it in November, usually about mid-November, so it's coming up. And when I get the meat, I usually prep it ready for Christmas as well before I freeze it. Saves me a job on Christmas Eve. So I'll do that prep video, but then prep videos won't come out until December. On this video, I try out a chocolate Christmas Yule Log. And it can be frozen for up to 2 months with the ganache on it, so long as you wrap it in cling film, and then store it in a container in the freezer. Absolutely fine, and it'll last a couple of months in the freezer, or 7 to 10 days in the fridge. That'll be if it turns out nice, because we haven't tried it yet, then that'll be going on the prep list and something I can get in the freezer and done out the way then, which will only help me in the long run. So we had 2 pieces of meat today. Now, not because we're greedy, but because we wanted meat for salads and sandwiches in the week. Yeah, it's getting really cold and Steve still wants his salads. What can I say? That's Steve. He loves his salads. So I couldn't find my peppercorns and I've chucked water everywhere. All up Steve's birthday card. It's his birthday on the 13th, bless him. So I've put 4 small bay leaves in there because they're only small. And instead of whole peppercorns, I couldn't find them. So I've just used some cracked black pepper. And then I've realised I've got water on his card and I've moved it. Also got a pork loin. And I'm just going to rotisserie this. And I stop it cooking as soon as it gets to 63°C temperature. Meat does carry on cooking for a little bit, so stop it when it is at the perfect temperature. I would say that my Costori rotisserie oven is used 100% times more than my normal oven these days, and it cooks meat so much faster. Always wash your hands, guys, when you're dealing with raw meat. So that big piece of pork only took 50 minutes to get to that temperature, and it was fully cooked. And it's self-based as well, because obviously it's turning on the rotisserie. So just doing the stuffing, push it up the sides to cool it down faster, and I will be adding in some sausage. So the white potatoes are Maris Piper. My little friend's down there waiting. I had the wrong knife here. It was useless. I couldn't find the one I usually used. Although I do hunt for it in a minute. So these are just for the roast potatoes. And I've found the trusty knife, look. Much better. And I do a few red potatoes for the mash. For the kiddos, basically. The corn's not gone in with the rest of the veg because it is already cooked. So there was the pork. Self-basted, obviously. And the ham, surprisingly, didn't shrink. I was shocked. Yule Log, or Swiss roll, essentially, innit? So, and it's eggs really that are the main raising agent in these. I used the wrong size tin. I did swap it over and it was still the wrong size tin. Couldn't for the life of me find my Swiss roll tin, but it still worked out fine. But I will put the size you need below in the comments with the recipe. And this is 4 or 5 ingredients at the most. Flour, cocoa, sugar and eggs, that's it. Then sugar and eggs, let them whip up until they're tripled in volume, light and airy, because that's where you're going to get the little bit of rise on your Swiss roll, like that lot. Try not to knock out all the air when you're folding this through. Spray your tin ready. It only needs to be shallow. I do recommend the Swiss roll tins, they are perfect for the job. So just keep going until you can't see any flour anymore. Like I said, I did put this on the wrong tin. I do lift the paper up with it, with this Swiss roll on, and put it onto another tin. It's not meant to be a thick layer, guys, because you need to be able to roll this. I've already realised right now that it's the wrong tin. So I do swap it over. So when it comes out of the oven, a clean towel, and flip it straight over. Carefully peel off that greaseproof. I'm just making sure the towel's in the right place. So it still turned out even though I used the wrong pan. You see it's still hot, but it's got to be still warm or hot, whichever, when you roll it, and leave it rolled in the towel until it's cold. Turn it so the shortest edge is towards you. If you roll it while it's warm, you shouldn't have any issues with it cracking. So just roll it up. And that's it. Leave it in there to cool down. So ganache, just cream and at least 40% cocoa solids chocolate. All I did was put that lid on to help keep the heat in to melt the chocolate. Just left it for about 3 minutes to melt the chocolate. So before the ganache gets really thick and firm, I added some to the inside of the Swiss roll, or the Yule Log, whatever you want to call it. There's the roast dinner. Bit of pork, bit of ham, applesauce, stuffing, roast potatoes. All that meat was left over for the week. And so I'd already filled the Yule Log, and here I'm just putting the ganache over the top. And I'm just going to make lines in it so it looks like a log, and put it back in the fridge to set. And here's what it looks like when it's sliced. So, thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Don't forget there is 3 videos this week, one Wednesday, one Friday as well. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.